Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Rise Above All Odds. This is another special evening. We're just very happy. But before we go ahead, thank you, everybody who turned out yesterday to wish a happy birthday to our dearly beloved CEO, Mr. Ash Mufareh. I believe that he is very happy, and we also appreciate, especially those of you who joined us during the Heroes webinar. So yesterday, in case you don't know, was Ash's birthday, and I think there was a good turnout to say happy birthday, to send him the beautiful and lovely wishes. So, guys, tonight, Collins and myself, we are going to explore the kind of things that drive, a beautiful business, a project, or a vision like the one that we have. Records have shown that in every vision that stands a test of time, they show up three forces, which is loyalty, energy, and creativity. So we're very excited, and we know what Ash has been going through, and we can also identify these three values in him. And we think that you should join Collins and myself in the chat, and let's do this together. Bro, welcome.
Good evening, sis. Thanks for having me again. It's a beautiful Monday. I'm just happy. And as you said, those who turned out yesterday just to wish Mr. Ash Mufareh, our CEO, a happy birthday. I think he really appreciated it. I saw Julie put it on her show, on her Facebook page, and Chris also said. So we are all, very important, and he really appreciated it. So, come on, I'll hand it over to you. Let's roll with the topic.
Yes, sure. Let's rock it, guys. I would like everybody to be part of this, right? Because one of the things, before I go ahead, I would just like to apologize. There's a bit of noise at the background. I don't have control over that, but if you can hear us, guys, let's just go ahead, because sometimes we have to face these difficulties. I think these are the things that make us strong, right? So we're talking about loyalty. I just want to begin with loyalty, right? Because why do you pay loyalty? You pay loyalty to values and not just profit. So if people who know Mr. Mufareh, and you've been in this journey since 2018, depending whenever you joined, you know that what we're paying loyalty to are the values that Ash is bringing to the table. Number one of them being uplifting humanity, making accessible technology for all, for anybody at all. Ash is not big about profit. He's not all about money and stuff like that. He's about values. He's about solutions. He's about changing lives. He's about upgrading what you already have. He's about creating something new for you who has not started anything yet. And so that kind of a thing, you win the heart of the community. And so loyalty builds trust and sustainability. Whatever we are doing, whatever Ash is doing now, he has laid a solid foundation to something that will go down generations. Why? Because there is that trust. We've been together for many, many years, for over 7, getting to 8 years now. And we've known Ash in and out. We've come to know ourselves, Collins and myself, and the rest of the people, all of us chatting in the comments. So that is the whole thing. So the loyalty now actually is spreading all over the community, the entire community. Between us, the followers of Mr. Mufareh, and he himself as a CEO, loyalty between him and his aides, like the IT engineers, like the lawyers, like the project managers, and so on. There's even loyalty amongst us as family members and friends and comrades of this movement, right? So this is what makes things different. This is what makes somebody's movement like Mr. Mufareh's one stand out, because we've already seen things like we say here every day. But then Ash's commitment to uplift humanity and putting people before profit, that is what gets him the loyalty that people actually try sometimes to buy with money and they don't get it. Collins, I'll let you say something, please.
Yes, Comfort. You just started, you started it very well. And, the topic really is a very good topic because, as you said, loyalty, energy and creativity is really indeed the building block or the core building block of any company that want to strive. Loyalty is massive. It's really massive because first, the employees, if you look at it, what is really loyalty is about trust and commitment, and long-term relationship, trust, commitment, long-term relationship, is very important, because if you are loyal to somebody, you look at the vision and the mission. What is he doing and why is he trying to achieve that? Sometimes people are not loyal to others because they look at what you are doing is not something worth being loyal to. But if you look at John, ask yourself, why is he attracting the best? Why are we still here? One, that relationship we've built, that long-term relationship, as Comfort said, that trust, and we've choose to commit in it. And as Comfort said, it's both internal and external. Those who are working for Mr. Mufareh, they saw the vision and the mission of what he wants to achieve. They say, you know what, we are going to be dedicated into this mission to make sure your dream comes to fruition. That's why they choose to work for Mr. Mufareh. And then secondly, external. Think about what customers will do. When they will see it, why would they choose to come? It is because of the purpose of the mission of Mr. Mufareh, what he wants to achieve. That's why customers always come when they get satisfaction and they realize that we are putting our money here, we are buying your product or we are using your product, and some of it is going for good cause. They want to come because they believe that you are doing something. At least they are making contribution for humanity. That's why when we talk about companies that will come in, see these applications, and they come in and they buy it, when they start to see what is happening, what this company is doing because it's about humanity, they'll become loyal to the brand, become loyal to the product, and say, you know what, at the end of the day, we can see that we are using it, and this company is still doing good for humanity, blessing others. And that is just all about loyalty. It builds that long-term relationship between customers and the company, and the employee and the customer and company. So, Comfort, let me throw it back to you, just about loyalty, which is really
Yes,
great.
indeed. One thing about loyalty is that sometimes the person you're paying loyalty to, they find themselves in a ditch, what we call they hit the rock bottom. You go there with them. You don't just abandon them. You think about the good, beautiful days, the past that you've been through together, the relationship that you've built, and so on. And you say, listen, I'm coming with you. I don't care how long it takes. You are the rock bottom. Let's be there together. And of course, let's hold each other's hand and come out of it together. And I think that's what's been happening. Because if you see, if we were coming and doing this thing here every day, expecting new people to come, we would have stopped. But the truth is, everybody who is watching here now is the same person who will be here tomorrow. They are the same people who were there yesterday. Who are they? They are loyalists of Mr. Mufareh's vision because they saw it, they believed in him. He painted the picture clear enough that they saw and understand it in their mind's eyes because it's a vision, right? Something lying in the future. And so they say, I'm coming with you. If you drop in a ditch, we're dropping in there with you. Or we wait here because you know you'll be right back. We'll send you a helping hand and pull you up, and then we move again. You know, that is what it is all about. And this is what people need, you know. So loyalty doesn't come like that. It doesn't come overnight. It's being built, and it covers a lot of things, you know. And I think Ash has stood the test of time. That's why he earns people's loyalty effortlessly. I would say effortlessly, because there are people here who would say, listen, I don't care what you're talking about. I'm going with Ash. I stand with Ash, and all of those things. And this loyalty come along with energy, you know. You need that energy, that positive energy. So we are like the iron sharpeneth iron in the Bible. We've got that warm energy that burns and radiates across the whole community. And so it fuels us. This energy gives us the strength and the perseverance, right? To be consistent and keep driving on and on and on until we get there. You know, business is not just built overnight, right? Businesses are not built overnight. It takes resilience and it takes passion. Resilience of to fly, like rise above all the odds that you've been going through along the way. All right. And then passion about that thing that is in your mind. Why did I start this mission in the first place? What was the vision and what is the mission? The vision, in my words, understanding what Ash is doing, is a future or communities where every family would at least provide basic needs for themselves, without relying on people, on other people, on strangers, on goodwill, on good people of goodwill, good Samaritans, and so on. Many thanks to people who have been doing philanthropic gestures genuinely for the past years. But then Ash is taking it to the next level. That is the passion that fuels you, keeps you going, gives you that energy, right? Energy also comes from the support. You know, Ash has changed. Ash feels really different. For the past 13 old news that have been on the OES, he has been thankful, all of them. And again, after he did the survey, Collins, you want to mute. After he did the survey, it has kind of boosted his energy a lot, because he's like, oh my God, I was not sure who was with me again, because I only turn on YouTube and see a few people talking. However, about a good number of my community are still behind me, so I'm going. I'll keep going. I will definitely get there. We'll get there as a team, as a family, you know. So how Ash channels collective energy of his global community, those are the things that is the energy, the way Ash passes, you know, the energy from one person, hands down from one person to the other. You know, there's practical encouragement, you know. Viewers can, you know, they maintain energy even during tough seasons. We've been through difficult times in this movement where many people disappeared. They called us name, and even now they know that we're being delusional. We're believing in something which is just mirage. It doesn't exist. But we're happy. We enjoy the delusion. The truth, I wish I could say it in pidgin, you know, like turned into play. We say that sometimes, right? So there's energy, there's positive energy. That is what keeps it going. When you combine that with loyalty, then there is business, there is forth movement, there is progress until we hit the target. Collins.
Yes, Comfort. No, when you were talking, it brought something in my mind about energy. If you look at the energy of Mr. Ash Mufareh, the way he speaks, you know, I picked something from, you know, the old news 10. You know, the last phrase in red, he said the mission remains bold. The future is open, and together we are moving forward with clarity, unity, and unstoppable determination. That phrase, unstoppable determination, that is the energy you can see within it. You know, because energy is the drive, the resilience, as you said, and the momentum that keeps the organization moving forward. You know, it keeps the momentum, it gives a momentum, because he said it is unstoppable. You know, unstoppable determination. That is the energy I'm looking at. You know, and when you look at where we are and things are happening, you know, we talk about purpose-driven business. You know, the purpose-driven business, you know, strive on passion and consistent energy that fuel innovation, sustain motivation, and inspire others. You know, when you have positive energy around you, what happens? You inspire others. When Miss Ashmura comes out and speak, or even drop something in OES, look at the energy and look at the inspiration. Look at the way people are inspired, because they believe, we believe that, you know what, he is doing something, you know, not only for us, not only for business like, but what? For the whole humanity. He said it is more than a business. This is more than a business. It is a movement. It's not a mere business. So, and you see that positive energy when you dot everything within OES, because there's a lot of information. Ash is just putting that information there to show us that clarity, because you remember the first time he came out, when he talked about clarity, he said, now we will speak with clarity. Everything will be clear. So it's just only to pay attention, look at the OES, see how Ms. Ash Mufareh is coming up. Bit by bit, is giving us bit by bit, but the message have not changed. Big, bold, beautiful, you know, determination, all of those words from old news 5 right to 13. There is certain word there which you will look at. You said Mr. Ash Mufareh is using certain word to tell us how strong and better we are now than before. You know, you can see the clarity in his tone, in his writing, the way he put up things. You can see the excitement. He is excited of his own, achievement and development. And he knows when we see it, we will be excited the same like him. So Comfort, you can take it over and grind it.
Indeed. Yes, sure. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm just happy. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And if you are just joining now, this is Rise Above All Odds, and we are discussing the topic which says loyalty, energy, and creativity are the building blocks of purpose-driven business. And if you know Mr. Mufareh, you would agree that this word fits so well into what he is doing. Purpose-driven business. There's loyalty, there's energy, and of course, there's creativity anyway, because that's why we're here, right? So when we've looked at loyalty, we've looked at energy. When we talk about creativity, what comes to mind? What comes to mind, the very first thing is solution, because Ash is creating solutions to problems. Ash is here to answer the questions. He is here to find the X factor. He is here to finally give your small business an opportunity to attain that height where others attain, and they think that the position is meant only for the big guys in the house, right? Ash is here to create a platform, a level ground for everybody, for myself, for Collins, for the minister, prime minister of whatever country, and the little man down my village and stuff. We stand, we share the same platform, the same height, the same level, the same everything. When you think about creativity, you think about innovation, bringing something new to the table. Ash is not coming to reinvent the wheel. He is looking at the loopholes of what is already available and filling them up so that he feeds up everybody. And so we have that thing, that missing thing that just keeps us stagnant, that thing that is stagnating our business or whatever thing we are doing. When you think about creativity, you think about fresh approaches. Ash's approach is different. Ash approaches the world again with solutions. Ash approaches the world with humanity, with changing lives. Ash approaches the world with family, with a movement, with it's hard to call this a business, but yes, it's business because we're going to make money. But then money is far-fetched. We don't speak money, but then that's why we're here in the first place. Nobody speaks that because people have promised people money. But Ash approaches people with those things that have been missing the entire time, the whole time, right? That's why they say things that are different are not the same. I think that whatever Mr. Mufareh is doing is different. It's totally different. Look at now. We are in oblivion, because the past couple years ago, Ash would come and let us have a sneak peek into what he's having, and then he shuts it back down. We had the grace to use our All Connect for I think a year, right, Collins? But right now, Ash has folded everything after moving and leaving our dearly beloved Unpassive, putting it back in the gallery, in the museum. He is moving on with a new thing, a brand new car, that then is folded and put in his chest pocket. But we are still very excited because we know that it's something different and it's only better than the other one of the other day that we had in our hands, So it's all good news, guys. Whoever is watching this, if you are new here, don't go. We are excited about something that is going to change lives. It's going to empower you to change your own life and be able to go about and give back to the community. Why everybody is stuck here, both those who are commenting and those who sit here and speak, because we're gearing up to go out there and give back to our communities, right? That is a different thing that Ash is bringing. Teaching people how to be people-oriented and not profit-oriented. Teaching people how to be transformational and not transactional. Because the whole time has been transactional leadership, transactional CEOs. If I give this to the world, I'll expect this amount of money back. But Ash is like, if I give this to the world, somebody will use it to change their life, to change their community, to change their status and stuff like that. That is the difference. And so when you bring solutions, when you bring innovation, when you bring a different approach of doing things, you pull the customers effortlessly. They're like, I'm going with this guy. There's that thing about him, that kick that I've not seen anywhere. So I'm coming with you, So Even us, those of us who are following Ash, I think we're learning a lot. We've learned how to even go into personal creativity. What new idea can we bring to our family, to our business, or even to our community anytime this week, in future, and stuff like that. Because thanks to this platform, how much I've learned from Ash himself and great people that I've met here. I speak in places with some form of confidence. I can contribute into stuff, not because I've studied or what. I've learned a lot collecting from here and there, bits of information and here, and formed a bit of something that gives me a boost. I just feel confident contributing in discussions in places because of what I've gotten from here. Collins, if I don't know whether I'm lost or I can't see myself, so I just I'm not sure if I'm still
Yes,
here. Yeah.
yeah,
All right, that
yes.
finish.
Let me just jump in. I know, Comfort, we're talking about creativity because we look at the topic was loyalty, energy, creativity, the building block of purpose-driven business. And the last point was really creativity. And you really put the nail on the head. When you look at creativity, what does it say? It said is the spark that transforms purpose into action. That spark. So you have a purpose, but if you are not creative, any intention you have, if you are not creative, it cannot spark your purpose into action. And if you look at it again, it allows business to adapt, solve problem in a unique way, and express things in a different way where they can come up with a proper solutions that can solve problems. A spark idea make you to be more creative, more dynamic in what you do, because you know that what you are creating or what you want to develop, will this thing solve problem? If it cannot solve problem, why do you put your effort there? So it's just like waste of time. So it is that engine behind, because you can think of what you want to think, but if you are not creative in your approach, it is difficult for you to deliver. So creative is so important. But as we said, most of these three element Comfort, as you said, it is really the building block, because when you talk about loyalty, it's about continuity. It ensures continuity. And when you think of energy ensures what? It ensures momentum, because energy just give you that energy, that drive for you to go. It create that momentum, that spark in you to do something. And then creativity now ensure what? Innovation. You must evolve, you must bring, it's just innovation. So when you put these three together, so most company, when they align with these three, with a higher purpose, what do you achieve? It builds not just a business, but a movement that inspire people inside and outside of the organization. Ash made this statement. He said, we are not just building a business. We are doing what? We are building a momentum, a movement. We are not just building. And this is the three pillar. Once you put these three pillar together, these three, loyalty, energy, and creativity, you will not just build only a business, but you will build what? A movement. That's why Ash always make that statement. It is not not a mere business, but a movement. So we have moved from the stage of looking what Mr. Ash Mufareh is doing as a business. No, he is creating a movement, and that movement will come like shock wave. It will just move. Sometimes it's not good to use the word tsunami, but it's like a tsunami. Just move like that, where you will see shock wave, because it is the ripple effect the company will create. The idea of uplifting humanity, which is the vision of Mr. Ash Mufareh. He is building a platform where people will have personal development, talk about education, personal development, financial well-being, helping small businesses to strive. He touched all that, in your own locality, bringing little people up, empowering people, community to grow. That is a movement. With these three pillars, loyalty, energy, and creativity, it transcends, it moves a business into a movement, which can transform a whole community and why not the world. So Comfort, Take it over.
Yeah, see who's here. Hi, welcome, sis Dr. Mashego. You've been missing. Thank you for joining us today. Yes, yes, indeed. Powerful contribution. She likes the stepping into something magnificent because the stepping into is an action, right? It's an action. I think it just aligns with what we've been saying. It's an action because it's all about innovation. It's about creativity. It's about fresh approaches, fresh ideas. It's about solutions, creating, doing something, moving, right? So it's just powerful. So whatever we are into, guys, we just want to keep going because people have been asking and stuff and stuff. I'm just like, you just need to sit down and think and then think again because we can never run dry as long as we wait for Ash, because some of us, I think we're still ready to go another mile and then go another one again because we know that we'll definitely land, right? So whatever is happening, it's all about energy, it's all about loyalty, it's all about creativity. Those are the stepping stones, right, to a marvelous thing like what we are doing now. And it's a done deal, guys. So let's keep going. Let's rise above all odds because I think we've learned a lot. We've seen bottomless pits of rock bottoms and stuff like that, but we've risen above them all, and we still stand strong. We still stand firm because sometimes what has made, especially personally, sometimes it's good to share personal testimonies so that we know that we're not coming here to say things we don't also do, right? Why are we still on? You as a person, me personally, I always ask myself, where does he take the money? No disrespect that he's spending on all of these things. What about his time with his family? What about the risk? What about your name? That your name be dragged into the mud. You're like, I'm fine. I'm going to shower it off at some point. Whatever has happened to my name is going to clean itself because vindication is on its way. We can see we've been in stuff here and there. I'm just happy. Collins, I always say, Collins bears me witness. My first opportunity, my first privilege to also lose money so that I'll have a story to tell was when I already joined this movement. Somebody brought something to me. People said no. I said no. It sounds. Let me just give it a try because if it's true, I'll do that. So that I just sit here and keep on doing my other stuff. And then I had the privilege to lose 3,000 pounds as well. Now I have a story to tell, right? I don't know the CEO. I did not see him. He did not come to address what happened with my money and the other people's good real sums that went under the drain. But then Mr. Mufareh comes back every now and then. He drops a word at the OES. We have all news going on every week and stuff like that. That is a sign that something is cooking. And when it's ready, I think we can smell it already. We can get the aroma, right? It's written all over Ash anyway. You can feel the weight of the words and expressions that he uses when he puts out own news, the communiques that he puts out there. You can feel the weight in some words he uses. When he's talking to us on camera, you can feel his body. You look at his face, you think that he has something to tell you. He's looking at something magnificent that will meet us. But unfortunately, his mouth is held together, his lips are held together. He will only unseal them when the lawyers or the leaders, the team leads or whoever says, Ash, it's time for you to open your mouth. That's when you can say it. Like I always say, Ash, I don't envy you because whatever you are seeing now that you are not able to tell us, I'm really sorry for you, but never mind. We are waiting. We're happy to wait because when it's time, you are going to explode and we all will rejoice. So, Collins, this is your last time. Anything you don't say now, you keep it till tomorrow. So say.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say, Comfort. We've done a lot, and it's a privilege for us to be here every time just to point people back to the OES and to Mr. Ash Mufareh word. The only advice is let us pay attention in our back office, the OES. That's the only authentic place you can get information. We just have to do ourselves a favor to always go there as many times as possible. Read the old news. If you've not read any of them, or you've just read just few of them, please go back and read. Take it from step 1. It will take you just 5 minutes to read from 1 to 12. And then read as many times as possible. Even if you don't understand it, don't worry. It will become more clearer as Mr. Ash Mufareh comes out and explains things. But that is the only source of information Nobody should tell you otherwise. Don't listen to third-party information. Even if I stand here, I say something, go and verify it. If it's not in the OES, then it doesn't exist. And I can't come here and break down things. I can just point exactly like now I read from Mr. Ash Mufareh OES 10. The same way you go there, it is there. So that's what all of us should be doing. If you don't understand it, don't worry. But even if you're doing something, somebody come to you, point the person back to the OES, said, have you read it? If the person asks you, please explain it to me. I just want you to update me. Say, no, I'm not your encyclopedia. It is clear in plain English. Go and read it yourself. Because when you read it yourself, that is direct message from Mr. Ash Mufareh. It is better for you to read it yourself and then read it as many times as possible. Before you know, it will just click in and say, wow, now I know what he's trying to say. And then if you look at it, as we said, there is a correlation from 1 to 13. There is something Ash is saying, and Ash has been consistent with his message and word, which is really nice, just to tell you something big, bold, beautiful is coming. That's it. That's the only thing I can tell you, because that's the word in OES. So let's try our best to keep an eye, read it, because when it comes, like comfort, it's just like you pile a book and you wait to read it only on the last day. It will be too much. So it's better to read it now before you get to the next one. So you are, the same page with everybody. So I'll leave it there, comfort. Thank you.
Exactly. I think you cannot overemphasize this. But why Ash brings the messages in bite sizes is because he wants us to layer it up bit by bit, petit a petit. Because if you put it all out there, it's going to be overwhelming, right? So let's keep doing that, guys. I'm not trying to bring down the holy book, but then the OES and the O News are like the Bible of this community. So, like Colin says, if anybody says anything, go back and read through the own news. Good news is that there is not much anyway. You can just quickly skim through it, say it's not there. What you're saying, because whatever we say here, we say in parallel to what we see at the own news and stuff like that. Because we have to keep this going. Ash has more than enough to do than come here every day and address us, but we can help ourselves because we interact, you type and we talk and stuff like that. Let's keep going. If it's not from the old news, don't take it. It doesn't matter who says it. If it doesn't sound like what comes from that old news from down there, do not take it. There is no exact thing. Whatever thing we come here and say is nothing exact. If you saw on News 13, Ash said nobody knows what is coming. The only thing we know is that we know that something is coming. So if somebody is giving you some exact thing, painting an exact picture of something, then it's not it. Beware, be wary of what you listen and who you follow, so that you don't get yourself stuck into information that is not really needed at this point. And let's go from there, guys. Let's keep doing this. And we appreciate you for supporting us every day, joining, and we're doing this together. If it's Colin and myself, I can't stand Collins for up to 30 minutes. I'm not lying. So it's because because of you guys. So so guys, we appreciate you. If loyalty and energy and creativity spoke to you tonight, maybe just drop a comment and follow us on Rise Above All Odds on Facebook. I'm trying to post quite often to just keep this going. If we can do that each time we stop there to just hit a follow, I'll really appreciate. Let's keep going, guys. The future is bright and we are the future. Listen, I'm happy. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks, bro.